begin, because a lot of shit was happening right before we were on camera, and I was like, let's fucking save it.
Do we want to talk about the White Lotus? Do we want to talk about
so we were watching
Sydney Sweeney specifically?
Right. we're talking about the new show, The White Lotus, on HBO, which is very bizarre. I call it a dark comedy. It's like, technically, it's a murder mystery where like who's going to end up being this dead body and who did it, but it's also just funny along the way. And Sydney Sweeney is in it. Sydney Sweeney is just like the hottest chick in the world right now. I would say it's like Ana de Armas,
Corinna Kopf.
Corinna, you love Corinna Kopf.
I mean, she's perfect.
That's a vanity pick by you. That's a you pick.
That's a Glenny pick.
Have you not seen her?
No,
you have a list of
Corinna,
But she's not in the realm of Ana
I
de
love
Armas
you.
and Sydney
Super
Sweeney.
hot.
These are
She's
household
hotter than
names.
Sydney
But
Sydney
these
Sweeney,
are big names.
The fact that Sydney Sweeney and Alexander Daddario are on the same show is like, the original super teams getting together. It's like, wait, LeBron and Wade? What? Like, what do you mean?
It's like passing the torch almost.
Yeah, well, and Corinna might be that chick soon, or maybe she's next. Glenny will be early to the...
Is she an actress, or is she just...
No, she's
a
YouTuber. What I mean.
And now she's on OnlyFans. It does matter if you're like a celebrity, like a true... not a
So we're
celebrity, like
talking
if you're an actress, if you're a singer, but Sydney Sweeney, Trent just like found her for the first time, and she is definitely like, whoa.
Yeah, people have been talking about the White Lotus a little bit, and I just hadn't watched it. I watched 3 episodes last night. I think there's 4 out. They drop every Sunday, is that right?
Sunday night.
And I just
it's like the HBO 9 o'clock Sunday night show.
Right, I didn't realize that. I didn't know they had one
I don't
going
think it
right
deserves to be honest. I'm gonna see it through because what else am I gonna do? But I'm like, this show's kind of. It makes me laugh because it's weird at times, but I'm like, what's happening?
I'm a little confused on what it is, and like what the show is, but I also don't care. Like if it's a dark comedy,
it is
that's
just
fine.
like if you walked into a hotel and you like followed the lives of everyone in a hotel.
That's right.
It would be like this.
That's right.
There is a scene in the latest episode. I don't think it spoils it too much, so I won't give out any names. There is a scene. Someone opens the door, and there's a dude on his knees eating another dude's butt.
Okay. Well, one of the first
Which is
scenes...
like for TV, for just like HBO. I know HBO is
not
premium,
TV.
but it's HBO. But even for like premium shit, like a dude just like
one of the
his
first
ass
scenes in
butt eating. That's a lot.
the first episode is just Steve Zahn's balls.
Oh, that was
They're
great
looking at
too.
his balls.
He goes. Do they look bigger? And Connie Britton, his wife, she goes, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
It's good. It's a really good show.
Steve Zahn gets emasculated the whole fucking time. But Sydney Sweeney is one of the new it chicks. Glenny was almost horrified that Trent had never heard of her. He leans over, he goes, Trent, have you not seen her nudes yet? And I said,
you're
Glenny,
not
is that like the
searched for her
first
nudes
thing you
yet.
ever do? Name nudes. First thing I search when I find something.
100%. When you find a new celebrity actress or something, let's say her name is Mary Jones, instantly Mary Jones
nudes.
nude on Google.
Now, does it matter if
I thought
they
this
are
was
like
Save search
does
off.
it matter if they are like these are nudes I took or if they're like leaked nudes? Does it matter to you?
What's your morality?
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Where do you
Let's hear it.
draw the
Let's
line
hear
in the
it.
sand?
I don't
Yeah.
feel the same if it's like her on a boat topless in Croatia,
Okay.
But if it's her naked,
if it's a
if
paparazzi.
it's her naked in a movie on the come up, then yeah, obviously.
But you understand more what I'm saying is like what if they were like hacked and it's like against
The fap-
her
the fap-
will
The fap-
out
ever
there.
since
the
that happened,
hack is weird,
it's
but
made
let's
it
be
weird.
honest, we've
Yeah.
all seen Jennifer
still
Lawrence's
looking.
nudes, we've all
Yeah.
seen Kate Upton's nudes. Everyone here is from
It
them.
is.
What are you not going to look on behalf of your moral?
It's definitely one of those
No.
moral moments where you're like I shouldn't and I'm not gonna. But man,
I mean, that fappening was that August 29th, 2000. Day that will live in infamy.
Glenny.
Where were you when?
What just you named that like it's the JFK assassination.
What in
I think
the
it was
world?
August 29th, 2016. Can you
Like
fact check that,
9/11,
Josh?
2001, August 15th. What?
Yeah, never forget.
Coming up on 7 years, man. You
Never
gotta
mind.
I think it was August 29th, 2016.
August 31st.
Oh!
Come
I
on,
mean,
Glenny.
You know what? You shot yourself in the foot because if you just said August of 2000,
That was when Glenny heard about it. He like The Rock with Osama. Yeah, he knew
right.
it.
I got sources.
It was like, God, that was funny. But yeah, listen. So yeah, sometimes the morality comes into it. Like I was saying, when Sydney Sweeney's on Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney's like a 25-year-old.
23.
20. All right, that's young
I mean,
for an old guy like me. But
made sure.
nonetheless,
I did some research. I
Wait,
was
you
looking- I
looked
was-
up the age, but not the
No,
nude?
I was just I didn't look up. I wasn't like I was just looking her up, being like because I found her
When you search
Instagram.
the name, it's the first thing that comes
Right,
up on
yeah.
IMDb.
So I was
yeah.
I was just getting a quick look.
But in
You know,
Euphoria,
she got
she
bullied?
plays like a.
bullied by who?
The internet.
Let's
She
kick that
she
down- let's kick
cried
down
on
the
a
door.
live stream because
Sydney?
she went viral on Twitter for being ugly. people like a tweet went viral for being like Sydney Sweeney is ugly and she just has boobs. What? And then Sydney Sweeney went on Instagram Live hysterically crying, being like, I just want you people to see what your words mean to me. I'm trending worldwide for being ugly right now.
That's fucked up.
That's one of
So
the
why don't you
situations
defend
where
her?
Soft.
I will. That's I want to do like
People call me that all the time. I don't feel going Instagram crying.
I want to do like a Jay and Silent Bob and get their IP addresses and
Yeah,
go kick
yeah.
down their door and be like,
Right?
"Do you
Right.
understand
I
how
mean,
wrong you are?"
Like, but also,
And then kick
and
their
you know,
ass.
if her feelings are hurt, her feelings are hurt. But Sydney Sweeney should have gone live on Instagram and been like, ugly? Like,
Do you
are
see
you
me?
fucking sure?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what ugly means?
That's what you know.
That girl's
Internet's just-
not ugly,
Internet's
bro.
full of haters.
I know.
Anything.
When things like that happen, it's like when people say like Beyonce can get cheated on. Like, how are these regular girls
Right.
supposed to compete? And when there was one recently that I was like, you know, if even this guy can be like the butt of the joke, it's, you know, it can happen to anybody. So that's an important lesson to learn, that even Sydney Sweeney takes her turn in the blender to be ugly. But my point with that was like she plays a sophomore in high school in
Right.
Euphoria, and there's full-blown sex scenes and sex tapes, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, well, you're 23, but right now you're like 15. I don't know what's going
Weird.
on here, and so it makes me uncomfortable in
Balls is
the
cool.
best way.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I just use an example. One of the most famous nude scenes of all time, Shannon Elizabeth in fucking
Yeah.
American Pie. Phoebe
great playing high
Cates, Phoebe
schooler.
Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Both playing high schoolers. They're not actually.
Now let me just tell you this much though. How old are you?
26.
26. All right. Everybody, you're younger, but everybody's seen American Pie. Everybody
Yeah.
knows it, right? I mean, that whole Shannon Elizabeth storyline is wildly problematic
bizarre.
in
Yeah.
the light of day.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they let her. First of all, who would go upstairs to change at their study date's house, go into their bedroom and start fucking masturbating? Who would do
American
that?
Pie.
But they secretly set up a webcam.
Oh, that's right.
And he
Yeah.
runs around the block to go to his buddy's house to sit there and watch her undress. I mean, that.
No consent.
Not
assault, brother.
Not even a
That's
little
like-
bit of
if you
consent.
watch,
And then
like-
afterwards, he
Yeah.
like apologizes and gets out of the doghouse for it. It's crazy.
And then they accidentally broadcast it to
the-
everybody.
to the whole fucking
Yeah.
school.
Everybody
She goes
with
back
a
to
school
Europe.
email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a girl who burned bright and hot and fast. Like for a second, I was like, Shannon Elizabeth's the hottest girl in the game.
Yeah.
And then she kind of just like disappeared.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Jay
Well,
Silent
when they
Bob,
did,
yeah.
what was it, American Reunion, like
Yeah.
2012, she looked good. She looked really
Oh,
good.
she's still
yeah.
beautiful. I'm just saying that she wasn't like. I thought
sorry.
she was going to be in like every movie,
Something
everything.
happened
and
with Tara Reid.
Tara Reid, I think, partied a
And
little
Mina
too hard.
Sabari. All of them, really.
Yeah. That had a cast and a half.
It's weird that Eugene Levy ended up being the biggest star.
Eugene
of,
Levy
yeah.
and the redhead, Allison Hannigan.
And Stifler. I mean,
Sean
Sean Williams.
Williams.
Sean- he had a run,
in
too.
The,
Yeah.
in the White Lotus, I still refer to the woman in it as Stifler's mom.
Yes,
She's
so
in that
weird.
show.
That voice and everything she does is very strange.
She was
Strange
in.
character.
She was in
Person.
Promising
Yeah.
Young Woman last year, which was like a really
Great movie.
but it was
Yeah.
like a really serious drama, and it was like the parents were her and Clancy Brown. It was just like
Yeah.
that's Stifler's mom and Mr. Krabs, like
Both
this
Berman
really
and
serious.
it was
Right,
like a bunch
Right,
of
yeah,
comedic
like,
characters.
yeah.
That's
And they
funny.
were great, but I found that bizarre. Yeah.
You want the good news or the bad news? What do you want, the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still
it's
means
good
the
thing
majority.
I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible. Yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is it's
Good thing I
No.
fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's none of it really. The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good.